Abu Khalid al-SHAHROUR is desperate. He is just one of about 400,000 people trapped in Eastern Ghouta, which is under attack. He is very ill and poor. Living in a besieged enclave means medicine and food are hard to find.
I am crying and my children are crying because I am unable to buy anything for them. My situation is very bad. We have no money.
And for the past 2 weeks, this is what the people have been facing. Airstrikes, artillery shelling. More than 600 civilians have already been killed. Syrian aircraft are dropping leaflets over the besieged rebel-held Eastern Ghouta. Some provide information on what they call safe exits out of the enclave. Others urge rebels to lay down their arms, promising amnesty if they turn themselves in. The pro-government alliance has been calling on civilians to leave and blame rebels for using them as human shields. For many, especially those involved in opposition activities, crossing into government territory is not an option. There are no security guarantees, and people don't want to leave their homes.
Russia is a terrorist state, and it has carried out massacres against the people of Eastern Ghouta. The humanitarian corridor they talk about is aimed at displacing the people and changing the demography of this region.
There are voices of defiance from inside the war zone, but the suffering is immense. It's not clear how long they will be able to endure. The Syrian National Coalition, the main opposition body in exile, is calling on the United States to enforce a ceasefire that was recently adopted by the UN Security Council. It also wants Washington to stop what it calls Russia's monopoly of decision-making in Syria. The US President Donald Trump discussed Syria with Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel and France's President Emmanuel Macron. They all called on Russia to stop bombing Eastern Ghouta and to force the Syrian government to stop offensive operations against civilian areas. Destroying civilian infrastructure and making the lives of civilians unbearable are part of a military strategy. It has worked in the past. It's now being applied in Eastern Ghouta. Zeina, Khodr, Al Jazeera, Beirut.